I'm not home right now. No, I'm not going to the Cybertruck event either, but there's just too many last minute leaks all piling up right before the Cybertruck delivery event. It's feeling more and more real. It's no longer vaporware. Tesla actually just shut down all Cybertruck reservations, so that makes sense. You can't order one anymore. There's probably way too many reservations as is, and they've replaced the entire Cybertruck webpage, which has basically been like the same blanket prototype pictures and videos that we saw over 4 years ago when they unveiled it. They finally took all of that down. Now it's just a timer to the official countdown, and I can't believe it. It's tomorrow, guys. It's just tomorrow, and Cybertrucks are actually being handed over. And at the last minute, there's still a bunch of leaks dropping. Honestly, I kind of wish Tesla could have gotten ahead of these, because I don't think this is the best way to announce it. I get that they wanted to kind of control the narrative and announce all the specs and stuff themselves, but with a vehicle that's going to be mass produced like this and with this much hype, there was just no way they could get around it. I mean, it sounds like they literally handed MKBHD a Cybertruck this morning so he could drive it and make some video coverage of it. Top Gear has done it as well. And Marquez tweeted out a picture of the Cybertruck interior actually revealing the range figure, which gives us a pretty good ballpark on what the range is going to be. Again, this is not an EPA estimate, but it basically confirms a lot of what we've been saying for a while. And I just want to remind everybody, I warned you, okay? I truly tried to warn you. I kept saying that the energy density of the 4680 cells was not going to be enough to warrant starting off with a 500-mile range Cybertruck, and honestly, even maybe a 400-mile range Cybertruck, because at least according to MKBHD's tweet, there appears to be a total of 10 lines representing the state of charge of the battery on the Cybertruck, and 9 out of 10 of them are full, and it says 265 miles of range right next to it, which I know is not all that great, but I'm going to assume it's sitting at around 90%, maybe even 88, 89%, which means when the Cybertruck is charged to full, which may not happen all that often because it's still a nickel-based battery, we're looking somewhere in the 295-mile range, or maybe a little bit over 300, depending on which tires you couple with the Cybertruck. And yes, according to some software that's been leaking within Tesla's own code, it looks like there will be 3 different wheel options for the Cybertruck. One that is probably very small, ugly, and fairly efficient, and one with huge, massive tires that look amazing, but likely will eat into your range quite a bit. They might be better at off-roading, but it's not going to be that great for your efficiency. So now, unfortunately, the debate we're having the day before the Cybertruck event is, well, can the dual motor, like, launch edition Cybertruck actually break the 300-mile range mark? I didn't think they would go that low, to be honest. You know, I figured with the better efficiency, even with a smaller sized battery pack of about 123 kilowatt hours, they would still be able to get a little bit comfortably over 300. I was thinking like 310, 320. Maybe when you couple it with the better tires, you get something like 330, but no, now I'm not too convinced. Now it's looking like maybe best case scenario, like with the right tires, very little payload, and if you slap the mirrors off, maybe you can exceed 300. But for the vast majority of people who are only going to be charging to 80 or 90% daily, and then factor in after just a year or two of battery degradation, the launch edition Cybertruck may not go over 300 miles per charge, which is definitely a bit of a bummer. I'm hoping Tesla combats that kind of lower than expected range figure with a lower than expected price. You know, if it qualified for the federal tax credit and you could end up getting these dual motor Cybertrucks for, you know, 70 grand, maybe a little lower, then I think people would be able to stomach the lower range and they could justify it a little bit more. But knowing Tesla, there's just so much hype and there's so much demand surrounding this truck, regardless of how bad the range is, that they could probably get away with charging whatever they want. And who knows, the last couple Tesla delivery events I've watched have been very light on details, like how much does this thing actually cost, and how many are you delivering, and who are you delivering them to. So that's why I'm kind of half expecting that, yes, while we're getting a delivery event tomorrow, there's a good chance we still won't get all of our questions answered. They might say that in the future there's going to be, you know, a higher range option when we figure out higher energy dense cells, or we'll save that higher range option for the tri-motor, but the timeline on that's probably going to be pretty vague. We might have to wait till next year. We might have to wait longer. Who knows? It'll just kind of depend on the ramp of the batteries. But other leaks through that software included many accessories. It seems like Tesla is going to be offering a light bar option, which apparently the truck can't be delivered with that high powered of a light mounted that high, but they can sell it to you as an accessory because it like pushes the liability or something if the driver installs it. Also, we're seeing multiple camping tent options, which is very exciting because I always thought the original Cybertruck prototype tent didn't make any sense. It kind of looked like an AI generated image. So here's hoping Tesla has some real like official camping accessories that people can Sport. There's even some references to maybe some solar tonneau covers, which I would be very, very interested in. Solar on EVs is underutilized, underappreciated, and the Cybertruck is so big, has such a large surface area, even if it has to fold out or whatever, I would love to see some solar options come to the Cybertruck. And of course, Beast Mode has some really, really cool animations, which points to the idea that we will maybe get a tri-motor of some kind. Here's hoping. And perhaps that one will go very fast and have maybe the same size battery pack, and that's what Marquez is checking out with the lower range figures, because usually with a more performance-oriented vehicle, you get worse range. And perhaps the dual-motor Cybertruck that doesn't have Beast Mode can go 350 or more miles on a charge. I really hope we get these answers soon, but yeah, pretty much. It's all coming together. What are you guys most depressed about? What are you guys most excited for? Sorry, I'm not going to be able to attend the event. I did not get an invite from Tesla, and also they capped off the referral program when I was one referral away from being able to buy my way into the event via referral credits. So I'm sure there's a lot of much better YouTubers that will be there documenting everything. I'll be reacting to the event tomorrow live. It'll be available on YouTube and Twitter, whichever you want to watch it on, and it'll start at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, but the event is taking place in Texas, which should be at around 2 p.m. Central. So check the time zones for where you are, and I look forward to watching it all with you. It's been a long journey. There's been a lot of leaks. It's been a lot of covering updates, covering tweets that ended up not happening, and I look forward to the website finally getting updated and some expectations to finally be put in check. Thank you to everybody supporting this channel directly. Seriously, helps us out a ton, as does just watching these videos. So thanks again, and have an excellent rest of your day.